Sentinel Net Lease, first of all, I know them. I met Dennis Esterna in the business when he was at First Key Lending. And the thing that comes across is that he's an expert. He's knowledgeable. He understands the business, the broad business. He understands markets. He understands the different aspects of the business, and he does his homework. And so when they came across and started talking about a new fund they were going to set up at Sentinel, I said, these guys are experts. They do their homework, they kick the tires, and so I just felt confident that my money was safe with them, that they've done their diligence. Maybe the best aspect of my experience with Sentinel Net Lease is that their communication is constant, it's concise, it's cogent, it's exactly what I need to know and understand about where my money is and how the funnel's tracking, how the investment is tracking. And it's online, it's easy, it's quick. I always know when I get my distributions, I understand what's going on with projects, I understand where we are with it, and I think that might be their greatest attribute. The Sentinel Net Lease investment strategy is holistic. They have very good at communication in terms of where they think the market is and where it's heading. They diversify. The portfolio is very diversified. When I had questions about office space and post-COVID, they had answers for it because they'd done their homework, and they said, well, this is what we think, and it's not just generally, it's also market-to-market specifics, and they had the background information about each market and where they thought it was headed, and again, they said, well, we're also going to diversify in different market sectors so that you always feel like you're in a good place. I felt that I had a great deal of confidence in their ability to protect my investment because they did their homework in terms of where the market's at and risk management. We all had questions post-COVID about the office space as an example, and Dennis did a great job of saying, well, this is really where we're at, this is where we think we're headed, and this is why, and this is what the research and the intelligence tells us. And so it gave me peace of mind at the end of it that they're just not blindly chasing a sector that may have changed with market conditions. They're aware of that, and they make us understand why it's still a smart investment, and we choose. I absolutely believe that Sentinel aligns themselves with their investors. I think they're already pre-aligned because we all have very similar ideas on the strategy and on the investment from the first place. But when we have our meetings and we all voice our concerns or our opinions, they answer those based on market research and data. And I don't have the time to go and do all the research that the Sentinel does, but they do, and they let me know, and I trust them that their data is accurate and makes me feel better about the investment. The Sentinel Net Lease Opportunity Fund I is an offshoot of what they have been doing in all of their other projects, and I've invested in all of them. And it made sense to me when they said, well, this is why we're doing the fund. Now they have a funnel, they have the funds, they can go out in a more timely fashion. They can snatch up great opportunities that they may not otherwise do because they have to round up the troops and get all the money put into the funnel. So I think it's smart and it's efficient and it makes sense. And we have the opportunity to diversify better because they already have the funds and they can go after different sectors. I believe that the structure of the investments with the fund, the fact that they diversify across multiple projects, is better for me. It's a smart way of doing it. First of all, I trust them. And so I trust that all the projects, they're not looking for quantity, they're looking for quality. I know the diligence they put in. I know that they've kicked the tires on all these investments. And the fact that it's going through multiple sectors just diversifies and makes the overall investment more secure, and I appreciate that. I would say that my overall investment with Sentinel Net Lease has provided me peace of mind. I know, for me, it's in the bank, and I get my distributions, was monthly and now it's quarterly in the new fund. I can count on them, I bank on them. If a problem arises, they're very communicative about it. They deal with those problems, and I've not had anything that's really arose to anything that makes me concerned. So it gives me peace of mind. And also, I look at that again as money in the bank for some other more riskier investments that I take elsewhere. And so, that I really appreciate that. I have recommended Sentinel Net Lease to all my high worth individuals who are interested at all in the real estate space. I started out only with residential, had no understanding or interest in the commercial space, but they solved that for me, and I've reached out to my friends and said, hey, it's a good solid investment that is going to give you returns you can bank on, and I've already brought some over and I'll bring more.